Now joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from all around the world are Rise News analysts Yemi Ajayi and Dayo Shobowale. Mr. Yemi Ajayi, a very merry, you're wearing Christmas colors. Merry Thursday to you.
Well, we still have some few days to Christmas,
but you're in the spirit.
But we're already in the season.
That's
and
right.
it's a season of giving.
And the season of receiving.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ajayi.
Good afternoon, Vimbai. Good afternoon, Cynthia. I'm Mr. Shobowale. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now, let's start the newspaper review with this day, Nigerian newspaper of record. The lead story, Senate screens Supreme Court Justice nominees Abiru, Samani, Adumain, Sanke, Uwa, Nwosu Iheme, Obunya, Ada Tukur, Omar Idris frowns at emergency appointment by NJC. Now, from the list story, we go to the window story about the masthead. For smoother Yuletide, FD approves free transportation for commuters. Favors Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Kaduna, Warri, Itakpe rail corridors. OK's 50% reduction in road transportation on 28 routes nationwide. Then below that, you have the strip promo story. Nigeria's public debt grows by 0.61% in 3 months to 87.91 trillion. And lastly, from this day, is the story on the right-hand corner beside the picture, the upper picture. Lamido, Tinubu didn't broker peace in Rivers. He enhanced APC's fortunes. Now, from this day, we move to the Punch. The Punch newspaper, the lead story, 50% transport subsidy. FG slashes interstate fares. Labour knocks government. Then we have the riders. NRC begins free train ride today. NLC, TUC say government confused, demand wage award. Katsina, Gombe, Plateau, Delta transporters, others claim ignorance of subsidy. And from the Punch, we move to The Nation. The Nation story. We take the story up below the masthead on the right-hand corner. Amosu Oshiomhole exchanged salvos over APC tussle. Then above that, the masthead, we have the story by the left-hand corner, 2 APC Senate seats declared vacant. Enter Senator Lalong, and Rivers G27 withdraws sack notice to Fubara. From The Nation, we go to The Guardian. The Guardian lead story there, Correctional Service, 78,446 inmates in their straits, over 750 naira daily feeding costs. And from there, the story below it, on the left-hand corner, Yaba Psychiatric Hospital records 100% admission spike, says CMD. The last story from The Guardian is the story bottom, beside the picture on the left-hand corner. Fubara denies signing peace deal under duress, refuses to withdraw suit. From The Guardian, we move to Daily Trust. From Daily Trust, we have the story, Tinubu, the lead story, Tinubu cuts bus fare by 50%, declares free trade trips. We are ready for implementation, bus owner. Book your tickets online, NRC tells travelers. And the last one, air travelers excluded. And from the Daily Trust to Tribune. Tribune story, the lead story, Amosu blast Oshiomhole. And from there, we have the story on the left-hand corner, Nigeria importers may pay more as ships shun Red Sea, Suez Canal. From there, we move to New Telegraph. New Telegraph story. Fuel price rises to between now 620 and 700 naira across Nigeria. From the New Telegraph, let's go to the foreign newspapers. The Times. Let me have cheaper mortgages set to ease living costs. And from the Times, let's go to the next newspaper, please.
The Guardian.
That's the Guardian. Outrage over police access to 50 million driving licenses to run face checks. From the guide, so that is what we take for now from the foreign newspapers. Now, let's have discussion around that. Mr. Shobowale.
Okay, where do we start?
I want the Guardian.
The Guardian?
Yes,
Of
about
London.
the inmates.
Okay, the feeding costs of the inmates.
Why should we
Where
start
we
with
have
inmates at Christmas season?
Why not?
Yeah, there are other issues there too now.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
but
can look at the
that's
story.
fine.
Maybe we should
can
be
look at the
listing
story.
them. Okay, the free
train ride.
Train ride. Okay, I think it's a welcome development, but it's the implementation that I don't know how it
The
will
devil
happen.
is in the
Because I
details.
mean, government does not own all the means of transportation. They are private owners. Some of them have already complained. The government did not buy their buses for them and did not give them fuel. So how are they going to do it? Even though the minister was confident, the Alake was confident that they have fine-tuned everything and they have spoken to all the playmakers in the industry. It is a welcome development, but it is the implementation. Get me? We train, which government controls, okay. But Danfo and all these other people traveling.
This special advisor to the president the special advisor. No, yeah, you spoke yesterday. But Mr. Bayo Ononuga, who is the special advisor to the president on media and communications, in a tweet or post on X, gave further details. I think the federal government has an arrangement with luxury bus owners,
yes,
and that's why they have details of the routes to be applied.
Alake said all that. That they know the fares, they know the number of seats, so they know those are the well-structured transport system. What of the informal ones? Those are luxury buses. It's not everybody that can afford luxury buses.
Well, from my reading of the situation, I think the focus is on at least high-capacity buses. Because it will be difficult.
Luxury buses.
No, because it will be difficult if you want to extend it to cover the smaller buses.
Masses.
Then the smaller buses.
Then the target is wrong.
It's for intercity.
It's meant
for intercity movement.
It's meant to
help
help
passengers.
Nigerians, poor Nigerians, not necessarily those in luxury buses. And now Nigerians they take buses, now.
But Mr. Shomale, don't let us have that mistake. The luxury buses are also for the masses.
Luxury buses?
Yes.
Why are they called luxury buses?
No, that is just a name, but they are basically high-capacity buses. It's because Nigeria would like to dress up
luxury buses.
Yes.
Are less than those who need mass transportation. Railways, yes, the railways. But the others, except of course this Transport Workers Union, listen to what the NLC said. The NLC did not buy into it. It said the government is confused. Do you get me? But it is a welcome gesture. If it is well implemented and it reaches the target of the poor masses, the government wants to help.
People who just show up at the bus park wanting to travel.
Let's go to another one.
Okay.
The Guardian, you don't want to touch.
No, there's no reason why we can't have we can't have a conversation about the feeding.
It's
what it
a
costs.
neat story. Why would that be the budget? Would that be the feeding cost?
Why would not?
Well, that is what is earmarked.
You know,
to
the
feed
other day, you are told that you
inmates.
are feeding dogs, spending more money
more
on
on
dogs.
feeding dogs
inmates.
than inmates.
Look, I want them to maybe expand it, make sure that people don't die in prison. But people too should follow the law and make sure they don't end up in prison. You get me? The prison system should look after them. But people, as much as possible, should avoid crime. We
But
should
at
not
the
be
same
spending our bulk of our budget on looking after inmates.
At the same
Is
time,
it
Mr.
possible?
Jawale,
Okay.
you know, correctional facilities, some people have not had their day in court. Just a case of wrong place, wrong time.
That's congestion now.
And for in
Congestion is
Nigeria,
different from crime.
at least you have more inmates who are just facing trial or are being remanded in prison custody than those who have had their days in court.
Okay. And let them decongest the court. Let them decongest the courts. I mean, the prisons. And let the judges, I think it's even at December, that judges visit the prisons.
Okay, for that.
No,
Especially
it's not restricted to a particular time. Whenever they
end
feel
of
like.
the year, mostly, that's when the chief judges will go around. They say it's a continuous exercise. So let them accelerate their visit and decongest the prisons.
In the meantime, those who are there should be afforded at least the basic human rights, which is, adequate feeding.
They should be fed at a rate higher than the money voted for
For
dogs.
the dogs, yeah.
That's
We
right.
discussed that here before.
Absolutely. Mr. Dayo Shabwale, Mr. Yemi Ajayi, unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. Time flies when you're having fun. Thank you so much for your analysis and your insight.